Anthony Casso was very much like the cartoon snowball that rolled down the hill, getting bigger and bigger and bigger as it went. The more he talked, the more the agents realized he was truly going to divulge all, that what he was doing was not going through the motions of telling the truth, or just giving them little tidbits here and there that they could use as sound bites. What he was doing was describing the world he came from, the world he knew, the world he controlled, in three-dimensional living color. Casso had always been a great raconteur. He knew when to pause, when to draw out scenes. He now willingly told the feds about his drug dealing, about the shrimp trawlers they had converted into a means to get tons of marijuana, heroin, and quaaludes from South America to the eastern seaboard. Again, as always, he was detailed, and his candor struck all in the room. When he mentioned that Sammy the Bull Gravano was one of his best customers, however, Agent Brennan stopped him, said they didn't want to hear about that now. That struck Casso as odd, but he continued to talk. On another day at La Tuna, Agents Rudolph and Brennan received a phone call from the Brooklyn DA, informing them that Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, agents would arrive very early the next morning to interview Gaspipe. Rudolph got very panicky, according to Casso, and ordered him not to speak to the DEA people under any circumstances unless Rudolph was present. Rudolph seemed dismayed by the mere thought of the DEA interviewing Gaspipe. Casso welcomed an opportunity to talk to the DEA agents, for he saw it as a chance to air the truth, that Sammy the Bull Gravano was a drug dealer, that Gravano was a cunning liar. Even back then, the government was hell-bent on protecting Gravano's interest at all costs, but the public at large was not served well. When Gravano was ultimately given his freedom by the federal court system, he went on to sell ecstasy to children in Arizona. This not only would bolster what Casso had tried repeatedly to tell the government, but also would be a major embarrassment for the U.S. Attorney's Office, because their star witness in over 12 mafia trials turned out to be a low-life drug dealer. Nevertheless, back at La Tuna in 1994, when Casso tried to get the truth out, he was stonewalled and told to shut up, and he was threatened with solitary confinement. As hard as it is for the average citizen to feel any kind of sympathy for Anthony Casso, the rule of law is still the rule of law for everyone.